The recent article published in Nature has sparked significant discussion regarding the interconnectedness of Nobel Prize winners in the fields of science and economics. It reveals a striking statistic: out of 736 laureates, 702 belong to a singular academic network, often referred to as an academic family. This revelation raises important questions about the implications of such close-knit relationships within academia, particularly concerning intellectual diversity and the nature of innovation. Key findings from the Nature article. 1. Academic network composition. The article highlights that a vast majority of Nobel Prize winners are connected through their academic lineage. Many laureates have studied under the same mentors or at the same institutions. This interconnectedness suggests a potential lack of diversity in research approaches and thought processes within the scientific community. It points to a system where certain universities and mentors dominate the landscape of prestigious awards, which could stifle novel ideas and perspectives. 2. Limited number of unique winners. Out of the extensive network of 702 laureates, only 32 have received the Nobel Prize independently, indicating that a great deal of innovation may be concentrated among a select few. This could imply that while many laureates contribute to advancements in their respective fields, their work is often built upon the foundations laid by established figures within this academic family. Integration of information from various sources. The discussion surrounding the Nature article has been enriched by anecdotal evidence and personal reflections shared by academics on platforms like X and LinkedIn. For instance, Richard Senner's post recounts his academic journey, illustrating how prestigious institutions and influential mentors have shaped his path. His experience resonates with the findings of the Nature article, reinforcing the idea that academic lineage plays a crucial role in the success of researchers. Common themes and implications. Echo chambers in scientific thought. The fact that the majority of Nobel laureates come from a tightly interconnected academic network raises concerns about the originality of research. When a select group of institutions and mentors produce the majority of laureates, it creates a risk of echo chambers where similar ideas circulate without the infusion of diverse perspectives. Influence of prestigious institutions. Anecdotal evidence from various academics underscores the significant role that renowned institutions like Cambridge and ETH Zurich play in shaping the careers of emerging researchers. This reliance on established networks can limit opportunities for innovative thinkers who may not have access to these prestigious academic backgrounds. Differences between sources. While the Nature article offers a quantitative analysis of the relationships among Nobel laureates, the posts from individual academics provide qualitative insights into personal experiences. Richard Senner's reflections emphasize the subjective nature of academic choices and the critical role of mentorship. In contrast, the Nature article's statistical focus highlights broader trends within the academic community. Timeline of events. Research findings. The Nature article was published revealing the structural connections among Nobel Prize winners. Personal accounts. Academics including Richard Senner shared their experiences, illustrating how academic paths are influenced by existing networks. Ongoing discussion. The discourse surrounding the implications of such networks continues as both quantitative data and personal narratives contribute to a deeper understanding of the academic landscape. Conclusion. The concept of an incestuous academic network among Nobel Prize winners prompts critical dialogue about originality, diversity, and the institutional structures that shape scientific discovery. The integration of quantitative findings from the Nature article with qualitative experiences from individual academics provides a comprehensive picture of the current state of academia and its Nobel laureates. As the academic community reflects on these dynamics, it is essential to consider how to foster a more inclusive and diverse environment that encourages innovative thinking and broadens the pathways to recognition and achievement in scientific research. The Nature article reveals a counterintuitive aspect of the Nobel Prize system. Instead of representing a broad spectrum of scientific thought and innovation, the majority of Nobel laureates in science and economics are interconnected through a limited academic network. This is surprising because one might expect such prestigious awards to be distributed across a diverse array of researchers from varied backgrounds and institutions. Instead, the findings indicate a high degree of homogeneity within the group of laureates, suggesting that the same ideas and methodologies are recycled within a tight circle of esteemed academic institutions. Key counterintuitive insights. 1. Incestuous academic network. The term incestuous suggests a lack of diversity and fresh perspectives, which contradicts the typical narrative of scientific progress being driven by a wide range of thinkers. This network implies that many Nobel-winning ideas may not be as groundbreaking as they appear, as they often stem from a shared intellectual heritage. 2. Limited independent winners. The statistic that only 32 out of 702 connected laureates have won the prize independently challenges the notion that meritocracy dictates award distribution. This raises questions about the criteria for selection and whether they favor established academic lineages over truly novel contributions. 3. Echo chambers. The prevalence of laureates from similar academic backgrounds suggests a potential echo chamber effect, where certain ideas are amplified while others are marginalized. This contradicts the assumption that scientific inquiry thrives on diverse viewpoints and competition among varied researchers. For influence of prestige, the fact that institutions like Cambridge and ETH Zurich dominate the list of Nobel laureates indicates that prestige may play a more significant role in shaping research trajectories than previously acknowledged. This counters the belief that individual talent and innovation are the primary determinants of success in academia. 5. Resilience of established ideas. The dominance of certain academic families in producing Nobel winners suggests that established ideas and methodologies are more likely to be rewarded, potentially stifling innovation from outside these traditional circles. This is contrary to the expectation that new ideas would be more likely to disrupt established norms. 6. Anecdotal support for statistics. Personal narratives from academics such as Richard Senner's reflections on his educational journey reinforce the statistical findings by illustrating how interconnected academic paths can shape one's career. This suggests that the influence of mentorship and institutional prestige is more pervasive than one might assume. By highlighting these counterintuitive aspects of the Nobel Prize system, the discussion contributes to a broader discourse on the nature of scientific advancement, the role of academic networks, and the implications for future generations of researchers. It raises significant questions regarding how the scientific community can foster genuine innovation and diversity of thought amidst such entrenched academic structures. The Nature article discussing the interconnectedness of Nobel Prize winners in science and economics highlights a significant and often overlooked aspect of academic achievement: the dominance of a particular academic network. Out of 736 Nobel laureates analyzed, 702 belong to a singular academic family, raising important questions about intellectual diversity, innovation, and the mechanisms that underlie recognition in the scientific community. Important content overlooked. 1. Interconnectedness as a barrier to diversity. The sheer number of Nobel winners connected through academic lineages emphasizes a potentially restrictive environment for new ideas. This interconnectedness might create an echo chamber where established theories and methodologies are perpetuated, thus stifling innovative or divergent thinking. The idea that the same institutions and mentors repeatedly produce laureates can lead to a homogenization of thought, making it crucial to examine how this might limit scientific progress. Significance. Innovation often stems from the clash of different ideas and perspectives. If most Nobel winners are drawn from the same academic lineage, there is a risk that groundbreaking discoveries may be sidelined in favor of more conventional approaches. This can have profound implications for the future of research and development in various scientific fields. 2. Recognition of non-networked researchers. The report notes that only 32 researchers have won Nobel Prizes independently of this network. This statistic is significant because it highlights a disparity in recognition between those who are part of established academic families and those who may be outside these circles. The lack of acknowledgement for independent thinkers may discourage originality and risk-taking in research. Significance. This aspect underscores the importance of recognizing and valuing diverse contributions to science, particularly from those who may not have the same institutional backing. It raises questions about how funding, publication opportunities, and academic support are often skewed in favor of established networks, further entrenching this cycle. 3. Implications for future scholars. The findings suggest that emerging researchers often feel pressured to align themselves with established institutions and mentors to gain visibility and credibility. This may deter them from pursuing innovative or unconventional research paths that could benefit the scientific community. Significance. The implications for future scholars are profound. If the academic environment continues to favor existing networks, we may see a generation of researchers who are less willing to challenge the status quo. This can lead to a stagnation of ideas, as new generations may feel compelled to conform to established norms rather than explore novel avenues of inquiry. 4. The role of mentorship. The article highlights the role of mentorship in shaping the paths of young researchers. Personal accounts from academics like Richard Senner emphasize the influence of prominent institutions and mentors in determining career trajectories. This suggests that mentorship can serve as both a guiding light and a limiting factor depending on the networks in which these mentors are embedded. Significance. Understanding the role of mentorship in this context prompts a re-evaluation of how academic guidance is structured. It raises the necessity for more inclusive mentoring practices that actively seek to nurture talent from diverse backgrounds and perspectives rather than perpetuating existing academic hierarchies. 5. Institutional prestige versus innovation. The discussion of prestigious institutions such as Cambridge and ETH Zurich reveals a paradox where the very institutions that foster remarkable talent may also inadvertently limit diversity in research. Their influence can create a perception that only those associated with such institutions are deserving of recognition. Significance. This dynamic highlights the need for a re-evaluation of how academic prestige is measured and valued. It suggests a potential shift toward recognizing contributions based on merit and innovation rather than institutional affiliation, which could lead to a more equitable academic landscape. Conclusion. The Nature article serves as a crucial reminder of the complexities within the academic environment, particularly regarding the Nobel Prize and the underlying networks that influence recognition. By shedding light on the interconnectedness of Nobel laureates, it invites a broader discussion about the importance of intellectual diversity, the potential pitfalls of established academic families, and the need for nurturing a more inclusive and innovative scientific community. Recognizing these overlooked aspects is essential for fostering a vibrant and dynamic landscape where new ideas can flourish and where all contributions to science are valued regardless of their institutional ties. The Nature article discussing the interconnectedness of Nobel Prize winners in science and economics reveals several important insights into the academic landscape. Here are 4 key points for in-depth analysis and discussion. 1. The structure of academic lineage. The article emphasizes that a significant majority of Nobel laureates, 702 out of 736, are linked through a dense academic network often referred to as an academic family. This interconnectedness suggests that many laureates emerge from a limited number of prestigious institutions and mentorships. The implications of this structure are profound, as it raises questions about the diversity of ideas and approaches in scientific research. The reliance on established academic networks may stifle innovation and discourage unconventional thinking, leading to a homogeneity of thought that could inhibit scientific progress. 2. Innovation concentration among a select few. Out of the large network of Nobel laureates, only 32 have won the prize independently, which points to a concentration of innovative contributions among a select group of researchers. This finding suggests that the Nobel Prize may not fully recognize the breadth of scientific achievement, as many worthy contributions come from researchers outside this established network. The focus on a small number of institutions and mentors could lead to a systemic bias in the recognition of groundbreaking work, perpetuating an academic hierarchy that favors traditional pathways to success. 3. Impact of institutional prestige on academic paths. Anecdotal evidence from academics such as Richard Senner underscores the role of prestigious institutions in shaping the careers of emerging researchers. The influence of renowned universities like Cambridge and ETH Zurich is evident in the choices made by students and researchers, as they often feel pressured to conform to the paths laid out by these institutions. This creates an environment where only certain types of research and methodologies are validated, further entrenching the existing academic hierarchy and potentially sidelining innovative or interdisciplinary approaches that do not align with established norms. 4. Consequences for diversity and scientific thought. The tightly knit academic network of Nobel laureates has broader implications for diversity and inclusivity in scientific research. The dominance of specific institutions and the mentorship they provide may inadvertently marginalize voices and ideas from less prestigious or underrepresented backgrounds. This lack of diversity not only affects the individuals who may be overlooked for recognition, but also limits the range of perspectives available in scientific discourse. The result is an academic ecosystem that may struggle to adapt to new challenges and perspectives, ultimately hindering the advancement of science as a whole. Conclusion. The Nature article's findings prompt a critical examination of the structures that govern the recognition of scientific achievement. The interconnectedness of Nobel Prize winners raises essential questions about the nature of innovation, the role of institutional prestige, and the need for diversity in academic thought. By analyzing these key points, we can better understand the implications of an incestuous academic network and consider ways to foster a more inclusive and innovative scientific community. 1. The Cambridge Analytica scandal. This case revolves around the misuse of personal data harvested from millions of Facebook profiles to influence political campaigns, notably the 2016 U.S. presidential election. Cambridge Analytica, a political consulting firm, was found to have created psychological profiles of voters to target them with tailored political advertisements. This scandal raised critical questions about data privacy, the ethical use of information in political campaigns, and the integrity of democratic processes. The case highlights how interconnected networks, tech companies, political entities, and data brokers can manipulate information and influence outcomes, reflecting themes of exclusivity and influence similar to the academic network of Nobel laureates. 2. The Tuskegee syphilis study. Conducted between 1932 and 1972, this infamous study involved the unethical treatment of African American men with syphilis. Researchers from the U.S. Public Health Service misled participants into believing they were receiving free healthcare while actually observing the progression of the disease without providing treatment, even after penicillin became a standard cure. This case underscores the consequences of a closed and insular network of researchers who ignored ethical standards and exploited vulnerable populations. The lack of diversity and oversight in the study's design parallels the concerns regarding the intellectual homogeneity and ethical implications found in the Nature article about Nobel Prize winners. 3. The Enron scandal. Enron Corporation, once a highly regarded energy company, became synonymous with corporate fraud and corruption. The company used complex accounting practices and misleading financial statements to hide debt and inflate profits, ultimately leading to its bankruptcy in 2001. The scandal involved a tightly knit group of executives and accountants who prioritized personal gain over ethical standards and transparency. This case illustrates how insular networks in corporate environments can lead to significant misconduct and a lack of accountability. Echoing the issues of intellectual isolation and its potential risks highlighted in the discussions about Nobel Prize laureates. The discussion surrounding the interconnectedness of Nobel Prize winners in science and economics highlights a significant concern regarding the future of academic innovation and diversity. As noted in a recent Nature article, a staggering 702 out of 736 Nobel laureates are linked through a singular academic network, often termed an academic family. This interconnectedness raises critical questions about the implications for scientific progress, intellectual diversity, and the broader academic landscape. Future outlook: predictions for the academic landscape. 1. Increased scrutiny of academic networks. As awareness grows regarding the implications of a tightly knit academic network, there will likely be increased scrutiny on academic institutions and their influence on research outcomes. Funding bodies and academic organizations may begin to prioritize diversity in grant applications, seeking to break the cycle of traditional mentoring and lineage that has historically produced Nobel winners. This could lead to more interdisciplinary collaborations and the emergence of novel ideas that challenge established norms. 2. Diversity initiatives. Institutions may implement initiatives aimed at promoting diversity in research and academia. This could involve encouraging scholars from underrepresented backgrounds to participate in high-stakes research and creating mentorship programs that connect them with established scientists outside the traditional networks. As a result, the academic landscape may evolve to include a wider range of perspectives, fostering a more innovative environment. 3. Rise of alternative recognition systems. The current prestige associated with the Nobel Prize may diminish as alternative recognition systems emerge that celebrate diverse contributions to science and economics. Awards that prioritize interdisciplinary work, collaboration, or innovation outside traditional academic pathways could gain traction. These alternative accolades may help to highlight and reward creativity and originality that might otherwise go unrecognized within the existing framework. 4. Impact on research funding. Funding agencies may shift their focus towards supporting research that demonstrates originality and independence from established academic lineages. This could entail greater funding for grassroots initiatives, independent research projects, and collaborations between institutions that have historically been excluded from the Nobel-winning network. A more decentralized funding model could foster a richer array of scientific inquiry. 5. Globalization of academia. As the academic world becomes increasingly globalized, the influence of traditional academic networks may wane. Researchers from diverse geographical and cultural backgrounds may contribute novel ideas which could lead to groundbreaking discoveries that challenge the status quo. Institutions that embrace global collaboration will likely find themselves at the forefront of innovation, potentially leading to a more equitable distribution of academic recognition. 6. Technological advancements in research. The integration of technology into research methodologies will likely play a significant role in shaping the future academic landscape. Advances in artificial intelligence, data analytics, and collaborative platforms can democratize access to research tools and resources, enabling a broader range of scholars to contribute to scientific discourse. This technological shift could disrupt traditional academic hierarchies and allow for a more meritocratic system. 7. Emphasis on open science and collaboration. The push for open science practices which promote transparency and accessibility in research may lead to a more collaborative environment. This trend could diminish the influence of traditional academic networks, as researchers from diverse backgrounds collaborate on projects without the constraints of lineage. Open access publishing and data sharing could further democratize knowledge and foster innovation across disciplines. 8. Interdisciplinary research growth. The interconnectedness of various fields will likely lead to an increase in interdisciplinary research initiatives. Recognizing the limitations of traditional academic boundaries, institutions may encourage collaborations between disciplines, resulting in innovative solutions to complex problems. This shift could cultivate a new generation of researchers who are not confined to specific academic networks. 9. Long-term impact on innovation. The long-term impact of these changes may result in a more vibrant and diverse academic ecosystem that fosters innovation. As new voices and ideas emerge, the potential for breakthroughs in science and economics could expand significantly. The next wave of Nobel Prize winners may come from previously overlooked backgrounds or disciplines, reflecting the evolving nature of academic achievement. 10. Cultural shifts in academia. A cultural shift within academia may take place, emphasizing the importance of creativity, collaboration, and risk-taking over traditional metrics of success. As institutions adapt to changing expectations, the focus could shift from the prestige of winning awards to the impact of research on society. This cultural transformation may lead to a more inclusive and dynamic academic environment. Conclusion. The future of academia, particularly in the context of Nobel Prize winners, is poised for transformation. The interwoven relationships within the existing academic network present challenges to diversity and originality, but they also offer opportunities for reform. By embracing new methodologies, promoting diverse voices, and prioritizing collaboration, the academic community can cultivate an environment that fosters innovation and reflects the complexity of contemporary scientific inquiry. The evolution of this landscape will be crucial in shaping the next generation of thinkers and leaders in science and economics.